So in this video, we're going to be talking about the situation with the beaches and also the pubs reopening to an extent. The beaches more so, but the pubs secondary to this. You get an A and B plot. That's how this video is progressing. And so the Prime Minister warns over virus rules after beach crowd. So what's happened is a lot of people have gone to the beach. There's very limited social distancing going on, especially because people are in such close proximity. Even though they're outside, it's still a problem. So spikes in coronavirus cases should act as a warning to Britons who flout social distancing rules. Boris Johnson has said. The Prime Minister said crowds on Bournemouth Beach on Thursday suggest people needed to understand that mingling too much could set the UK backwards. He said that people in other countries had been taking too many. He said people in other countries had been taking too many liberties with the guidance as lockdown of rules eased. What does that mean? He said people in other countries. Does he mean counties? I don't know. Ministers have warned UK beaches could be closed if infections rise. So a further 186 people have died, taking the toll to 43,414. But obviously this is articles from the end of June. So what we can tell from this is that they're going to warn us about this, but they're not going to do anything. And you've got another one here. Ministers reluctant to close beaches over crowds. So this is the kind of the meat of the article, I guess. And there's very limited social distancing going on here, and all these people, man, are very, very selfish, all of them. Unless of course you have antibodies, which is a different situation, I guess, as long as you can't catch the virus twice and spread the virus twice. But so Mr. Eustace said people need to work together to work with the government and observe coronavirus guidance. Health Secretary Matt Hancock has suggested beaches could be closed if the government infections rise. Anything else that's important? Professor Chris Whitty warned COVID cases will rise again if rules are ignored. So the problem here is they're relying on the British people to agree with them. But the whole reason why we went into lockdown is because people weren't listening, big man. So I don't understand why they're doing this. These are the type of guys who during World War II would have said, people can choose whether to turn the lights on or not during a German bombing raid because we're trusting the common sense of the British people. That's who these kinds of guys are. Honestly, they don't know what they're doing. And, there is a theory, and the theory goes like the virus is going to spread. It's going to get a second wave, a huge second wave, and they're going to blame the public for this. And to be fair, who do you blame here? Do you blame the public, or do you blame the government who've allowed these beaches to stay open? Because if the government wanted to, they could shut off these beaches. It'll cause like, people be annoyed. All these people will be annoyed, but you could shut off the beach. So why wouldn't you do it? Because the truth is, they don't really care that much. And we go to our next point here, that holiday bookings explode as travel restrictions ease. So travel companies have said bookings have exploded after the government have announced the current restrictions will be eased. Minister said from July 6th, blanket restrictions on non-essential overseas travel will be relaxed. So holiday makers will be allowed to travel to certain European countries without having to spend 14 days in quarantine. So if people start booking holidays now and then we have a second wave, I reckon people are going to lose a lot of money. But you can tell people aren't taking this thing seriously. Like they'll happily go to other countries where they could have potentially spread COVID. We've already covered the video of people in New Zealand who went from the UK to New Zealand, and they almost caused a second wave in New Zealand because they managed to slip through the net of testing. And they could have spread it onto other people. So I hope that doesn't happen here, but it's very possible. So we go to our final the B plot of this video, which is these are pictures from people in Soho. So this is because the pubs have been allowed to reopen. So this is from the 4th of July here, and so you can see there's no social distancing going on here, and the irony of people taking pictures of other people not social distancing is phenomenal. PC plot up here doing nothing to stop this. And so we've got another picture here, no social distancing, and you're going to get a second wave if this stuff keeps going on, because it doesn't take many people here. Say for example, this guy's got COVID, he can easily spread it here to these people. It's a very confined space. Being outdoors does help, but I don't think it's the end all and be all, because you do need social distancing as well. And so we can see that the government is absolutely spineless here. And you got this guy here, same selfish demographic, young, urban, middle class and all that stuff. And so you got this guy saying, wait, are the leftists staying at home scared of the virus, or are they outpacked like sardines? Wish you would make your minds up. And to be fair, that person's right, because it's one or the other really, if you're trying to generalize. But I'm going to leave it there. There's no social distancing going on here, and it's pretty embarrassing that these people aren't taking this virus seriously. Like they could argue that they're young, but they might have older relatives and they could easily spread it onto them. They might spread it on, in the shops or whatever. And so the lack of social distancing, this British common sense doesn't exist. it doesn't exist. So I don't know what's going on here. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.